Malaysia in recovery phase in fight against COVID-19. Finance Ministry to formulate economic recovery plan post-COVID-19. Good afternoon, thanks for joining us, and you're watching Updates at Noon. I'm Jessica Lee. Malaysia is no longer at the peak of COVID-19 infection phase as it now enters the recovery phase. However, Health Director General Dr. Nur Hisham Abdullah does not rule out the possibility of another drastic increase in terms of number of positive cases in the country if efforts to contain the virus fails.
So it's important for us to make sure that we continue to follow what we have done in MCO 1, 2 and currently 3. So definitely we are seeing signs of success of MCO 1, 2 and 3. So we managed to flatten the curve and also control the cases.
Meanwhile, the Health Ministry is ready to cooperate with China to conduct clinical research to find a vaccine to cure the virus. The second phase clinical research result is expected to be ready by November or December. The Health Director General added that if the result turns out positive, Malaysia will continue to cooperate with China for the third phase of the research. On another note, Dr. Nur Hisham urged all online food operators to practice self-hygiene and adhere to the health guidelines issued by the Health Ministry. He said this is vital in ensuring the food to be safe and free from any contamination.
Pada tahun 2019, terdapat sebanyak 516 kejadian keracunan makanan yang melibatkan 16,583 kes berpunca daripada pengendalian makanan yang tidak bersih dan selamat. Daripada jumlah keseluruhan tersebut, sebanyak 34 kejadian keracunan makanan telah berlaku pada bulan Ramadan 2019 yang melibatkan 1,032 kes.
The Health Director General also advised Malaysians to practice social distancing when sending or receiving food orders. He also reminded the people to practice good hygiene when preparing food at home. The Ministry of Finance, or MOF, together with the Economic Planning Unit, EPU, of the Prime Minister's Department, has started engaging stakeholders from various industries to get their feedback on efforts to restore and develop the economy. Its Minister Tengku Datuk Seri Zafrul Tengku Abdul Aziz said this emanated from Prime Minister Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin's announcement that the government would formulate a comprehensive short, medium and long-term economic recovery plan to revive the economic activities quickly once the Movement Control Order, or MCO, period has ended. In a statement released yesterday, Tengku Datuk Seri Zafrul said the Economic Recovery and Development Strategy will be tabled to the Economic Action Council and the Cabinet for deliberation in the near future. He also said that in the near term, the MOF is focusing on short and medium-term efforts that needed to be taken during the MCO and post-MCO to ensure the country's economic sustainability and well-being of the people. Tengku Datuk Seri Zafrul said the government is formulating a long-term strategy that would encompass measures to safeguard the country's economic, nature and social thrusts, with digital technology playing an important role in ensuring the country's sustainability and competitiveness in the future. Among its objectives are to build business and individual capabilities, instill confidence among consumers and empower a more positive investment environment for the future. He said the proposed economic recovery plan would link and complement the various economic stimulus packages announced by the government earlier to protect the people, support businesses and strengthen the economy post-COVID-19. Prime Minister Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin has described the United Nations, or UN, as the best medium to gain global cooperation to wage war against COVID-19. He stressed that the world needs to be united in order to coordinate the cooperation between countries to develop a vaccine to curb the spread of the deadly pandemic.
The role of the United Nations remains one of our strongest modalities to curb this pandemic in a manner that can ensure that the arsenals in this war that we are fighting can reach everyone, everywhere, in the shortest time possible. Never before has the clarion call to leave no one behind been more important than it is now. Malaysia, therefore, fully supports this landmark global collaboration to accelerate development and production of tools and vaccines and to assure equitable global access to new COVID-19 essential health technologies.
Speaking at the launch of the Access to COVID-19 Tools, or ACT Accelerator, hosted by the World Health Organization (WHO) via live teleconferencing, the Premier also offered Malaysia's full support for the landmark global collaboration. During the live teleconference, WHO Director General Dr. Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus said the initiative was launched to ensure that everyone would have access to the tools needed in order to defeat COVID-19. Now, members of the public who are stuck in their respective hometowns due to the MCO can apply for an interstate travel to return to their homes. The application can be made beginning on the 26th of April, and the status of the application can be checked on the 1st of May. Now, for those whose applications are approved, can travel between the 1st until the 3rd of May. The application could be made on Gerak Malaysia application, which can be downloaded from the Apple App Store and Huawei App Gallery. Alternatively, the application can also be made at the nearest police station. Bukit Aman Criminal Investigation Department, or CID Director Dato' Huzir Muhammad, in a statement said anyone who will be travelling on the stipulated dates are not allowed to eat, drink or perform their solat at the rest and service areas (R&R) on the highways. They are only allowed to stop at the R&R for the purpose of using the toilets or to rest in their own respective vehicles. Petrol stations on the highways are only allowed to operate between 6 a.m. until 12 a.m. between 1st until the 3rd of May 2020. The Domestic Trade and Consumer Affairs Ministry, or KPD and HEP, has increased the minimum compound to 1,000 ringgit for individual traders and 2,000 ringgit for companies that fail to put a price tag on their goods. Its Enforcement Director, Dato' Iskandar Halim Sulaiman, said the stern action is taken to protect the consumers and to prevent the traders from taking advantage by increasing the price of goods, especially during the MCO period.
Okey, perkara seterusnya saya nak maklum, apabila kita wajibkan semua peniaga meletak tanda harga, kita tahu berapa harga barang yang dijual. Seandainya ada peniaga ni yang mengambil kesempatan dengan menaikkan harga dan membuat keuntungan yang lebih daripada biasa, kita akan siasat juga di bawah Akta Kawalan Harga dan Anti Pencatutan 2011 kerana mereka mencatut atau mengambil untung tinggi yang tidak menasabah.
The KPD and HEP Enforcement Director added that the ministry will be inspecting more business premises nationwide as the MCO enters its 4th phase next Wednesday. The Yang-di-Pertuan Agong Al-Sultan Abdullah Riyatuddin Al-Mustafa Bilal Shah has expressed support for the government's decision to extend the MCO until the 12th of May, as announced by the Prime Minister Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin on Thursday. According to the Comptroller of the Royal Household for Istana Negara, Dato' Ahmad Fadil Shamsuddin, Al-Sultan Abdullah also supported all the other strict measures implemented by the government to effectively fight COVID-19 in the country. Sultan Abdullah also took note of the measures conveyed during an audience with the Minister of Health, Datuk Sri Dr. Adam Baba, via video conference yesterday. The King also praised the government and relevant authorities for taking the quick and strict measures which had enabled Malaysia to record a much lower percentage of COVID-19 cases compared to other countries, including developed nations. His Majesty said the high patient recovery percentage and the low mortality rate recorded in Malaysia also prove that the government had the best procedures in handling the global pandemic. The King also described the trend as a good sign for the efforts to break the chain of COVID-19 infections and end the MCO in accordance with the 6 guidelines issued by the World Health Organization or WHO. Negeri Sembilan has allocated a total of 16.74 million ringgit to help its people to fight COVID-19. Menteri Besar Datuk Sri Aminuddin Harun said the initiative is aimed to stimulate the state economy that are affected due to the pandemic. Datuk Sri Aminuddin said the allocation is expected to benefit more than 100,000 people in the state. He added that any allocation to fight COVID-19 will be announced from time to time and that essential goods worth about 3 million ringgit will be prepared for 47,000 families. The Menteri Besar further noted that positive COVID-19 patients in the state also received 500 ringgit for each family, while 1,000 ringgit were allocated for those who died from the virus. The Johor government will provide a special incentive of 300 ringgit a month during the Movement Control Order or MCO to COVID-19 frontliners from local government authorities or PBTs in the state. Housing and Local Government Committee Chairman Ayub Jamil said the state government had allocated 1.512 million ringgit for the purpose to be paid to 1,681 personnel from 16 PBTs for the month of March, April and May. Ayub said the state government is concerned with the welfare and contribution of PBT personnel in helping to curb the spread of COVID-19 since MCO was enforced last 18th of March. He said the incentive was in line with the federal government's move in providing additional incentive of 600 ringgit to health and security personnel such as from the Royal Malaysia Police (PDRM), Malaysian Armed Forces (ACM), Royal Malaysian Customs, Malaysian Civil Defence Force (APM), and the Malaysian Volunteer Department or RELA. The incentive will be continued if the MCO is further extended, and it will also be given to personnel in all grades under the Health Inspector or Environmental Health and Enforcement Officers. Nations back United Nations plan against COVID-19. Details right after this.
Nafas baru untuk negaraku. Hanya kerana pengorbananmu, hari esok mungkin menjadi sejarah baru. Kepada wira dan wirawati selera negara, terima kasih.
And that concludes today's updates at noon. In our top story, Malaysia in recovery phase in fight against COVID-19. Now, don't forget to wash your hands regularly, practice social distancing, and most of all, let's adhere to the movement control order and just stay at home. We'll be back at 7 this evening for more news. Till then, I'm Jessica Lee. Thank you for watching.